All right, quite interesting. I've got sports journalist Shoggy Tosh with me in the studio. Quite interesting. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's such an honor being here in the flesh.
We used to have you on Skype from the UK, but now you're here live.
Yeah, in the building.
All right, we begin with that match this Sunday, Nigeria against Morocco, African Nations Championship final. What a match first that would be. But interestingly, Nigeria will be missing some key players. Especially their captain, the goalkeeper Ikechukwu Ezenwa, is out injured. Sunday Faleye is also out injured. How key will these players' absence be?
Yes, it will be key because Ezenwa is such a big player, not just for the not just for the CAN, but even for the Super Eagles. He's done very well, over the months and the years, and him being the captain as well, I believe he'll be missed. But he's such a motivational speaker, such a core member of the team that I believe that he'll do that motivation even though he can't physically play. And Ajayi did a great job when he came.
Yeah, of course, against Sudan.
Yes, I was a little bit worried because he wasn't even warming up on time, and he came on and he sprung a lot of saves as well. So I think the boys are ready. Efenye as well.
Efenye,
yeah, we're going to miss him as well. But I believe that the other 19 players, whoever will be chosen will do a great job. The Morocco game will be quite tricky. They actually free flowing and scoring as well. And a player that is worrying me is El Kaabi, who has got 7 goals, the highest in the tournament. We'll have to watch him, and I just hope we don't have a slow start because it looks like we concede a lot of goals and then try to come back. That might be a little bit difficult, against Morocco. But the boys are really hungry. I heard what Tony Ibitoye was saying earlier today, that the boys are ready and they're motivated. And this is like their first opportunity to actually win something big. So I really believe that it might be a great day for Nigeria.
Quickly, before we leave that scene, how do you see this one panning out in the end then? It's the first time Nigeria will be playing in the final after 3 attempts.
Yeah.
And they'll be facing host Morocco, who are a very dangerous opponent. How do you see the entire match, shaping up on Sunday? Do you see the Eagles prevailing, or perhaps
I think a key also, would be the supporters. Obviously, Morocco is at home and they have a very, very, loud, support. And we've had a number of challenges. We haven't been able to get our supporters. Yeah, we haven't been able to get our supporters in. Even Rafiu Oladipo, Dr. Rafiu was, complaining about, not having enough support. So I think that might be a thing. It's easily said that, we should just shut it off and just do the business. But, the 12 months, sometimes it always counts. But I just feel like, if we can just start powerfully, not start slowly. It was quite interesting that, when we got that goal against Sudan, we could at least sit back a little bit and they had to come out. I feel like, with Morocco's defence, I think they've conceded only 2 goals as well, same as us, in the tournament. If they have a good start and then we have to come out, they might tear us apart. So I just feel like we need a good start. And I think that, we can nick it. Nigeria hasn't had it very good, through the under-17s and under-20. Super Eagles haven't qualified for the Nations Cup, for 2 editions after winning it. So I feel this is our opportunity and the boys are ready to take that opportunity.
All right, Riyad Mahrez, the Algerian forward, he's in a very tough situation at the moment. We understand he might be fined by Leicester £200,000 for missing training. He missed one last week.
Yep.
Friday, he missed another yesterday. He hasn't shown up for training. He's not a happy man at the moment.
Not at all, and I wouldn't blame him. People, turning on him. I mean, let's not forget, that the previous transfer he spent it at an airport, camping, hoping that someone will get him. But I thought, the offer from Man City was quite good. If you have a player that that he doesn't really want to be there, he's been doing the business. Obviously, even for Leicester, he's got 35 goals, 24 assists. He's done well for them. But they just bought him for under £500,000. 55, 60 million. Just sell him on and just count your losses. We have a Nigerian boy there who's ready to come on the stage. That's been doing a great Nacho, that's been doing great, during the FA Cup. Bring him in and let him, do a great job. But, Mahrez is probably advised that,
Virgil van Dijk can go a defender,
exactly.
Go for 75 million. Leicester believe they won like 95 for Algeria.
Yeah, but
I thought that
was too much. And, Man City wouldn't be bullied. Everyone tries to bully them. And you could see, with Sanchez signing that, they wouldn't be bullied. And when you have a player that doesn't want to go, that doesn't want to play for you, they've gone through this a number of times. I just thought, they should just let him go. It's so important. You saw what happened with Sanchez and with Wenger saying that, it kind of, affected the team. Even Van Dijk, he affected Southampton for a while. I thought, because now, it's a problem,
Okay.
And I don't know how they're going to solve that one.
All right, we'll keep our fingers crossed on how that one pans out. Let's move our attention to some of the interesting fixtures coming up this weekend. Yeah. And the First place to start would have to be at Anfield, where Liverpool take on Tottenham. That's the the pick of the pack this weekend in the English Premier League. Before we talk about that, though, let's run through some of the other marquee fixtures in the EPL this weekend as well. Burnley will host runaway leaders Manchester City. That's on Saturday. United will host Huddersfield Town. Arsenal will face Everton, and on Sunday is that big one. We're talking about Liverpool against Tottenham. How do you see this one shaping up at Anfield?
Well, that's going to be a great one.
A massive feature.
Massive feature. Good boost, for Tottenham. The defeat on Man United. I even thought that maybe Man United might, actually at least get a draw or, get a win. But I didn't see that one coming because Tottenham they've had like an up and down season when you just feel like they're just going to be bringing it. After the heroics and the Champions League, at times they just lose a game that you don't expect. History says that, he's going to go Liverpool side in 76 games. They only won 6 times, at Anfield. But they're on fire, and if Kane is shooting, it's going to be quite interesting. Let's not forget that, the hot man of the Premiership with the Golden Boots, who has got 19 goals, this season, he's going to be, on fire. So it's going to be, a quite interesting one. Maybe it might even be a draw, you never know, but I'm a Chelsea fan, so I want a draw.
The top 4 race this season is one that is very interesting. Obviously, it seems the title is destined for Manchester City. But then when you look at the top 4 race, Liverpool, Tottenham, then Arsenal might still be in it as well. They face Everton.
Yeah. I'm quite, worried, with the defense of Arsenal. The focus is always on the attack, and I don't think they have too many problems attack-wise.
Now they have big 4 of their own.
Yeah, exactly. But that defense, that defense problem is not really addressed. Last season, Wenger was playing with like a back 3, back 4, and it looks like he's still not made up his mind. And the funny thing, Troy Deeney was saying, like, when Watford beat Arsenal, a few months ago, like, everyone knows what they need to do if they want to beat Arsenal. Arsenal players were not happy about it, but it's the truth. You know that if you don't give them enough space and you bully them, especially at the back, and even Czech now, Czech is like, messing up sometimes. So players know that, and they actually, go out to test that. So they need to address that because it's going to be tough. As I said, when we had the chat, earlier when I was in London, I don't think Arsenal will make the top 4. All right,
it should be a straightforward one then for Manchester City against Burnley away, and United should be beating Huddersfield Town. Should, I said. That was their first defeat of the season away at Huddersfield. In the Spanish La Liga, you've got some interesting matchups as well. Levante will host troubled Real Madrid, troubled champions Real Madrid. Espanyol will host Barcelona, and Atletico Madrid against Valencia. Quite interesting features.
Yeah, quite interesting features. You use the right word there, troubled. I just hope that, the players don't get Zidane sacked, because he's done a great job. And you can see that there's a little bit of turmoil, in the camp as well.
They just can't afford any more slip-ups.
No, not at all. And, even with the Champions League coming, too many losses, the coach will probably have to go. And I think there's going to be a lot of clear out as well, even with the players. Ronaldo is still not happy. He wants more money. And it's going to be an interesting one. But I think Barcelona has run away, I just feel like they have a little bit too much to be caught up, and not win the league. Atletico Madrid is there, we can't just ignore them. And Costa is having a great time, though. And it'll be interesting to see, how it goes. But I just feel like Barcelona has enough to win the league this season. All
right, it will be shocking, really, really shocking for Real Madrid not to make the Champions League spot in Spanish La Liga. What a huge blow that will be. And in the Serie A this weekend, some interesting fixture. Hellas Verona against Roma. Atalanta, Chievo Verona. Bologna against Fiorentina. Cagliari will take on Spal. Juventus, Sassuolo, Udinese, AC Milan, and Benevento against Napoli. All right, Shoggy, we understand you're quite, interested doing some other stuff, as in like music. Are you particularly doing...
I was not expecting this. I need to get you back on that one. Yes, amazingly, I do other things. TVC warms more to my sports, side, but this is the first time that I'll be asked about my music. I've done 4 songs so far, and that's done very well. The whole project is like basically to kind of raise funds for the less privileged. I've lived on the streets before. I've sold spoiled tomatoes on the Oshodi Bridge, sold nylon bags on the Ikeja Bridge. It was emotional passing through those places, a couple of days ago. But being on the streets before, I just wanted to like give something back. So all the funds I raise goes towards charities that can actually help people. off the streets, people that don't have parents and stuff like that. So that was the main reason why I started music. But after doing that, DJs got back to me, MCs got back to me that, Shoggy, take this serious, you know, we're really feeling your songs. And I've done 4 songs so far, but I'm planning to release my debut album this year called Emujo Means Dance. And I have a number of tracks. I have Mama that I'm going to release in March, celebrating my mother and celebrating women out there, you know, mothers do great. This one features Juliet Farrell, who actually got nominated for a Mobo award. Mobo, it's a great award. Also I have Pamoto Remix. Pamoto did great for me. It was #1 in Uganda for like 2 months. It was #1 in Benin for 8 weeks. Pamoto did great for me, and I'm doing Pamoto Remix featuring That Boy Masin from Zambia, Boris Wanspeter from Uganda, and also Anna B from UK, a Jamaican. So a lot coming up. I also came here to do some work with Estio, who's a great producer, and also Okesoke. So and also to shoot some videos as well. So yeah, I'm quite busy.
I really can see that. Maybe I will get to feature on one of your videos.
Yeah, you can even sing or rap.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know you're multi-skilled, so that would be great to see.
I'll wait to unravel that, actually.
I heard you singing earlier, so I know you can sing.
All right, thank you very much indeed, Shoggy Tosh, for your time on the program tonight.
Thank you for having me, and I would love to be back. You know, this feels like home.
All right, absolutely. I would love to have you as well.